Month in this country, and jazz is the only form of music in the art world that this country takes credit for. It's the only form of art that America is responsible for. So it was born here, and you're listening to it today by one of the front members of one of the finest colleges in the country, Berklee College of Music, who has put out today the Urban Outreach Orchestra under the direction of Mr. Lynn Viviano. So I want you to give them a nice round of applause.
Victoria? Yeah, so you all play, and what do you play?
When I saw you guys, I got inspired again to keep on playing.
That's my only wish, you know, as long as people are inspired, that's what it's all about.
I can play so like 4.5 octave scales like a trombone. So I can play like pedal notes like as low as a tuba, but I can also go like as high as a flute.
Composition, contemporary writing and production, and all sorts of stuff. And I studied performance music.
And then the moment you start practicing well again, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can do all this like stuff I couldn't do before. So you know, I don't know if you want to. I mean, it depends how much you care as well.
What'd you guys think of the performance?
Yeah, it was very good. Like I got goosebumps when we were playing.
What's that?
I got goosebumps when we were playing. So when they were playing, it was really good.
The synchronization of the tongue and the fingers is difficult, but very doable if it's approached in the right way, meaning the slower the better. Play a couple of hot lines. Go ahead.
Hot jazz, here we come.
Here we go. Buffalo. Okay, now you know what? If you recorded that, you could transcribe it successfully, you would be able to hear every note that he played. There wouldn't be any note where, what note is that? You know, I'm not sure what note that is. So that's synchronization between the tongue and the fingers.
Because taking like a good breath is like crucial for you playing good music. You need to have the right air in your body.
3, 4.
It's hard. It's really hard. I had trouble like bringing it back to
That's
where
the
I
hardest part. And you'll notice, like, even just from doing that, like, you know, this is a good lesson for all of us to relearn, you know. And just from doing that, I mean, if any of us right now were to pick up our horn and play a note, it's like you already feel like, wow, it's so much more open.
Yeah,
like, sound is projecting.
That's why this is a great warm up. You know, just a good thing to warm up with these long tones. Do the boring stuff early on, so when you're still excited to practice, and then move on to your music later.
Yeah.
That's my method.
I like that.
I guarantee that if you like try it for 2 months, you'll get it.
Okay.
And it's actually not, if you think about it, it's not that long of a time to get something like this. You know, and then you'll have it for the rest of your life. So
just make sure that that finger is like, you see how it's up and it's not tilted, it's that, it's that, it's that every time. I could work on my pinky a little better for my sake. But those things, I guess, like spider legs, you know, like that's what I've heard, like Percy Heath called that, it's to get up on your spider. So like really focus on that.
Underneath it, where you're sort of, yeah, you want this gun trigger type of look that fits right in there. Yeah.
With your thumb on top?
Yeah, I put my thumb on top here. You know, I've even worn off part of the trombone. Get that there in the video. I've worn off this part, yeah, from here, you know. But yeah, it's the same exact thing. And you know, with that right hand that's moving the valves, again, it's, you know, it's barely moving the slide. And again, if your valves aren't oiled and it's hard to do it, you're moving your face, you're not playing. If your slide's not oiled, you're trying to jerk this thing away from you.
You see the position of my fingers? Now watch. If I lift my hand, the position of my fingers does not change, and I lay them on the valves. See that? Okay. Now that arch, or that arc of my fingers, that is maximum range of motion in terms of, okay? This is going to slow you down. This is going to slow you down. That's an unnatural position for the fingers, okay? So, the gauge.
My musical influences is see how I can somehow manipulate those influences and put it through when I play the saxophone. Even when I'm playing this kind of big band music, you know, like as crazy and ridiculous as it sounds, if Kanye West was a tenor sax player, what would he play right here, you know? Like that's what I'm feeling, that's what I'm into, you know? And like obviously it's not going to sound like a rapper when I come out playing the saxophone, but that's what's cool about it. That's what makes me sound like me. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what gives you your own individual sound. So don't let go of all these cool pop influences that you have, or R&B or whatever it is, because that can all be put into your instrument.
I'm not one to practice a lot, my music, but it makes me want to practice so, because I always want to sound like that, and the way they sound, it makes you want to work harder to even get close enough to where they are right now.
I liked how during their performance they had a lot of fun. You could see the smile on their face.
That's why they call it playing, I guess, huh?
Gotta smile.
I feel like they're really professional in that. Like I could play it just as good if I work hard.
Right, that's a great attitude.
Trombone section was really fantastic. I mean, I didn't think people could play like that. It was amazing. Like I wanna grow up to be like them. They're awesome.
It made me want to be more dedicated to practicing. Like I do practice, but not enough. So I really want to practice more, get better.
Once you like the way you sound, you will want to practice. Yeah. Once you're like comfortable in your own skin, musically, I guess, so to speak, you'll want to play. You'll want to get better. You'll want to hear your sound. And improve on it.
Football players find themselves in the gym, you know, lifting weights and running laps. They must be there every day, you know, to get as strong and as athletic as they are. That's kind of what we have to do. We have to be in the practice room all the time, and that's what we're doing.
And doing the same things over and over. I mean, you can imagine, like, if anybody's ever played a sport before on a team, and like when you go to practices, you know, you'll be doing one thing over and over. There'll be people in basketball, people lined up doing jump shots or doing layups over and over and over and over. And just like that, that's with, you know, with long tones or with scales, you just do it again and again and again until you go insane. Really, you're like, I can't do this anymore. And then you realize, wow, this is paying off. You know what I mean? Like you'll be reading music and you'll be like, wow, this is so much easier to my fingers are lining up perfectly, my sound's coming out, and it's the same thing. So we're gonna play a blues.
even people who don't know anything about jazz were focused because the music was mesmerizing. I think this production probably turned on some kids who didn't really know what jazz is. They know it's a word, but they don't relate to it because they listen to their own music. The excitement for children to come up to me who don't know me and say, thank you, that was awesome, or that was in their own terms, you know you related to the younger generation.
I think that we were very fortunate to be able to play for two audiences that were as responsive as they were and enjoyed and appreciated our presentation as much as we appreciated their response to our music. It's been a great experience, wonderful experience.